Warning: this video contains one person's potentially entertaining opinions about a video game. Also, this is on the internet, so that opinion may be different than the... ouch. Welcome everybody to the Repentance Tainted Isaac character tier list. I call myself the Hand of the King, and sure that's funny, but let's get over it. Alright, so Repentance is 10 days old, and it's time to make some snap judgments about characters I know almost half things about. Let's hop right in. Tainted Isaac. We'll put him in the middle and talk about him. Tainted Isaac, of course, I'll read you his description from the thing. More options, less room. Every pedestal rerolls itself every second between 2 items, and you can only hold 8 passive items. But HP pickups you pick up. You keep the red heart containers. For matchbook, you keep the black heart and the bombs. Obviously, you can put it down later. Negatives. Maybe you can't have as many passive items. Positives, honestly, how many passive items do you need? Half the boss items are HP ups, you keep the other half as your passives, or even better upgrades of them from the angel or devil deals. Tainted Isaac. With seeing 2 items on every pedestal, your options are greater. It's incredible. Maybe not the best, so we'll put him in the A tier. There you go. Bank that one, call it a day. Guess who's next? That's right, Magdalene, or as I call her, Maggie. Everybody calls her Maggie. I'm just kidding. Anyway, Tainted Maggie, of course. Let's see what it says. Lethal hugs, items heal more, starts with the Yum Heart in her Q slot on PC. If you play this with the controller, don't talk to me. Anyway, has 2 base red hearts and 2 more slots of red hearts that empty continuously, so her soul heart's empty. She's crazy. She's bleeding out all over. You know what? That's what she does best. She leaves creep. That's great for half the enemies. The other half fly, so it sucks. But whatever. She can walk into enemies and deal damage. Perfect. Enemies drop red hearts to heal her. Great. They disappear. That stinks, but she's walking into them anyway. She'll pick up the red hearts. It's fine. She can get real powerful. I haven't played her in a long fight like Hush or Delirium, but let's see. I assume with the Hush flies you can walk into them, get all your red hearts back. Delirium, nobody likes Delirium, so I don't have anything to say about that. But otherwise, Maggie is a pretty fun character. I would say a little less powerful than Isaac, just because half her hair is missing, and honestly, it's all in the hair these days. Am I right, fellas? So we'll leave Maggie at a B. Alright. Tainted Kane. Some of these anecdotes, by the way, are going to be having to do with greed mode, because that's what I've been attempting, greedier mode in fact. So if there's any rage or bias behind my opinions, greedier mode is the reason why. Tainted Kane sucks in greed mode, and I hate playing as him, but I loved him in the regular run I did, and it's got a really cool concept. Let's see what it says here. No destiny, bag of crafting. Kane, Tainted Kane in fact, no destiny. He can't pick up regular item pedestals, but he's got the bag of crafting in his Q slot. He can pick up 8 consumables from the ground, pills, coins, keys, bombs, all that jazz. He can put them in the bag of crafting, and if it's a certain combo, it can craft a certain item. I liked playing him as the first time in a regular run. I had no idea what was going on. I was using the bag, I was crafting whatever I felt like, whatever popped up, and it went really well, and it was fun. In greed mode, he kind of sucks for me, because, I don't know, I kept crafting Little Chubby. What else was I supposed to craft? Somebody, somewhere, is working on a list of what combo makes what item, so you can start with, you know, Jacob's Ladder every time or something. If you have to do that for a character, if you have to look up the combo list for the items or whatever, that just seems a little lame. Sure, I'll end up doing it so I can face roll greed mode, but I'm not going to like it. I'd rather he just be fun on his own, which he could be, because in the normal run, he is. Greed mode, it was tough for me, so that's my big complaint about Kane. I do like him a lot, though. We're going to bump him up to rank number A. How about that? Okay. Let's see our next character. Judas, the Accursed. Let's see what he says here. Shadow, Eater, Dark Arts. Can't have red hearts. Who cares anymore? It's all the soul heart game. Nobody goes devil deals anymore. It's angel deal, angel deal, angel deal. It doesn't cost hearts. That's fine. It's great, in fact, because Judas here can take whatever he wants, and he does, with Dark Arts, his Q spacebar item. That's right, that's what I'm calling it now, Q spacebar item. He presses that, he can phase through shots, enemies and whatnot. It deals damage to them, it gives him immunity effects, and it ups his damage for every entity passed through. Isn't that amazing? He can go in curse rooms for free, he can walk over spikes to get to coins or chests or whatever for free, because Dark Arts recharges itself in every room, every what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, I don't know. But that's pretty cool. All in all, Judas, very fun character. Here's my greed mode anecdote. He's great, obviously. You get swarmed by jerks in greed mode. Guess what? Press Dark Arts, walk through 20 of them, they're dead, and then you start blasting whoever's left. Tainted Judas gets an S rank from me. Incredible, incredible character. Fun item in Dark Arts, of course, and nothing bad to say about him. Alright, let's start off with the triple question mark blue baby. Let's see what it says here. No bombs, only poop. Starts with hold jar, so you can hold one poop. Blue baby, I haven't finished a run with you, Tainted Blue baby, and I think I know why. What are you really? What the hell is going on with this character? No bombs, only poop. You could play this character as regular as you want, and then just have the poop gimmick on the side, I guess. He's got poops that explode, he's got poops that spawn flies, which are cool. He's got the stone poop, which I still haven't figured out what it does, so maybe if I figured it out, I'd like him a lot more. But Blue Baby, you're really not bringing it in for me right now. Somebody's got to be on the bottom, and right now it's you. But don't worry, Keeper's coming. Alright. Let's hop in and check out Tainted Eve. What does it say under her? It just says Sumptorium. That's what it says. It's fine. Sumptorium. Eve, while firing, can expend half a red heart to... She creates a familiar that fires her tears as well. And when she gets down low enough, she wields Sumptorium as a mom's knife-like weapon. That's great. That's cool. The mini hers that shoot things, that's cool. They're controlled kind of like Jacob and Esau, so if she walks and the other thing gets stuck on a rock, that jerk's going to be stuck on a rock for a while. But you can maneuver it back down, and you can start shooting enemies with it. That's fine too. Nothing too much bad to say about Eve. Very unique concept, and a pretty cool character. I didn't even throw it up there, sorry. That's her, by the way, Tainted Eve. Yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't played too much greed mode with her, I'll tell you that much for sure. But let's leave her in a solid B tier. That's what I'm gonna do. I hope nobody's offended. Alright. Who's next? That's right, Tainted Samson. The hairless one, despite having hair in his character select picture. Undying Rage and Berserk. No more bloody lust, no more lusty blood, no more lusty gust, whatever, okay? Undying Rage and Berserk is great for Samson. Whether he hits an enemy or he gets hit, he builds an invisible rage meter that you can actually is visible. That's right, he turns redder, and that's pretty cool. And when the limit breaks, when he just gets so angry that he has to send back his undercooked cheeseburger at the diner, he whips out a donkey's jawbone and just starts smacking enemies across the face one by one on a time limit. But if he kills enemies, that time limit gets extended and extended and extended. Guess what? If he has 0 red hearts, 0 any hearts, and he's in the rage, he's not going to die. He's just too angry to die. Just like my father. Anyway. Tainted Samson is pretty cool. The jawbone's really nice. It's great for greed mode. I'll just throw that out there for thrashing the waves. You know, that's really good. Undying Rage, cool, but you got to find red hearts or else you're probably dead. It didn't help me when I died. But you know, it's a fun fact, and it's a fun effect for the character. Really good character. I'll put him on the A tier. Samson, fun to play. I get an adrenaline rush when I go into the jawbone rage. I'll just put it that way, and then I forget what happens afterwards. So hopefully you guys take my word on that. Okay, next, Azazel. What's under his description? Nothing. Here he is. Tainted Azazel. He can't fly, number 1. He's got a long brimstone beam, which is pretty cool. And he can also do the brimstone sneeze. If he doesn't charge up all the way, he does a sneeze that knocks back enemies, does damage, and apparently applies a debuff on enemies that makes him take more damage from the brimstone when it is cast. So that's certainly strange. Nothing too noteworthy otherwise, as far as I can recall. But you know what? We'll leave him in the B tier. Azazel, at this point, you're just a guy that starts with Brimstone. But hey, it's Repentance. Brimstone's been nerfed, and that's not enough to face roll or run anymore. Sorry, Hazel, you're in the B tier, and you're staying there. Okay, who's next? Tainted Lazarus, that's right. Between Life and Death and Flip. Lazarus, of course, has two forms, regular Lazarus and Dead Lazarus. They each have their own items that they pick up on their own, etc. Pretty interesting character. I haven't played with him too much, and despite what you think, oh, they're only going to be two half-powered characters, no. They're going to be just fine. You could power one up. You can use Flip to make sure that one's in the boss fights. You could power them up equally. It's 2021, people, okay? You don't have to have every item in the game to be overpowered. You could have a couple items and good dodge skills and take out Mother, the Beast, whoever you want. Spoiler alert, by the way, don't listen to this. I already said the stuff, though, so it probably doesn't... Anyway. Lazarus, though, we're going to leave you in the B. You know, nothing exemplary to outshine anybody right now, but you know what? That's fine. Who's next? That's right. It's Tainted Eden. Ever-changing. Tainted Eden rerolls his stats, items, and consumable slot queue every time he's hit. Pretty wild, if you ask me. But Tainted Eden can be fun. All you got to do is pick up every damn item you see, and if you get hit, you'll roll into some other weird item. You don't get healed anymore like your D4 and yourself, so that's unfortunate, but then it would be no challenge. So the challenge, of course, is surviving with whatever you get stuck with, and that's Isaac half the time. It's like starting a new Eden run every time you get hit, and people love Eden runs, Eden streaking, and the Garden of Eden. I haven't been there myself, but I hear it's lovely this time of year. Anyway, that's Eden. Pretty fun character. You could get wacky combinations. I will begrudgingly put him in the A slot. Sorry, Eden, but it's begrudging. But you're there, okay? It all depends, obviously. Could reroll into crap. Anyway, who's next? The Lost. We start him out in the B slot. Let's see what's going on. Better items. It's bullshit. And no mantle, which is crazy. Better items means you don't get HP ups or whatever. That's all true. But I started a run and I got Abel. Come on. Abel in my first item room? Ed, what are you thinking? Anyway. Could be a great character. You can't take a single hit. Well, you start with a holy card, so you can take one hit and you don't die, but the next hit you take kills your ass. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What can I say? For better items, we'll bump them up a bit. For the fact that you can't get hit, you have to be an S tier player to play as the Lost, but that doesn't mean he's an S tier character. Leave him in A, though. It'll be a very unique experience, not be bogged down with breakfast, supper, dinner, HP, and dessert, because god damn are they everywhere. Anyway, Lost, we'll put him in A. It's going to be crazy, and I'm going to... Oh, it's going to be tough doing those unlocks, but somebody's going to do it. Alright, who's next? Tainted Lilith. Tainted Lilith, will start her out in the B category, like everybody. Tainted Lilith has a fetus coming out of her womb, I suppose, attached by an umbilical cord instead of her regular incubus. It can shoot out at lightning speed to damage enemies, and then it can stay out to shoot her shots, basically, like the incubus does. Or you could tap fire and basically shoot that mother-brother out every 2 seconds, and you could pop somebody to death by hitting them in the head with a fetus attached to your womb. For that alone, it's S tier for Tainted Lilith. Incredible. Incredible. Also, did player in greedier mode, it went really, really well, because you don't get overwhelmed in the beginning, because you just pop all the spiders in half with your fetus. It's that simple. This is not a joke. Alright. Lilith, S tier. What else could I say? Alright, let's see, who's next? Oh, that's a shame, it's Keeper. Alright, Keeper. Let's see what it says. Better shops. He's got more stuff to buy, more items to buy, more pickups, consumables, yada yada. That's good. That's not a bad thing. And he's got greed is good. Every item, every enemy drops a penny or a couple when they're killed, and they disappear very quickly, just like Maggie's half red hearts when she kills enemies. So you got to go up. You got to get your pennies because your item room costs 15 cents. Your boss room item costs 15 cents. Any item in the shop, obviously, or devil deals, etc. Guess what? 15 cents. Does Steam sale affect them all? I don't know. I haven't found it yet. I can't bear to play this character. Keeper, you're very questionable. Walking up and getting the pennies could be dangerous depending on the enemy. I gotta knock you a point for that. I'm sorry. C tier keeper. Maybe I'll change my mind, but for now, and he's back down to 2 coin health, by the way, so what's up with that? You gotta play just as good as you play when you're Tainted Lost, practically, without the item modifications. Then again, he does have a bigger pool to choose from because he has the better shops. So that's certainly a point in his favor, but Blue Baby felt pretty lonely. So keeper's back in C. What can I say? Alright, Apollyon. Apollyon has half a face missing, which is terrible, and he starts with a spacebar item that instead of voiding items for stats, it turns pedestal items in the room into a red attack fly that he launches a la Bob's Brain. Luckily it doesn't explode. Seems pretty cool. Haven't had a ton of use with him yet, but I'll get to him for sure. Seems like a pretty middling character to me, unless you get, like, I don't know, a bunch of pedestals somehow in the same room before the chest. Obviously you can get like 4 in the chest, yada yada, but if you're firing like 10 flies, that sounds pretty powerful to me. But it'd be tough to arrange that pre-chest unless you walk in an angel room with 3 or 4 items and then boom, you just abyss them all. That's sick. You're a sick person, Apollyon. You're staying in the B tier for your perverseness and all that jazz. Alright, that's Apollyon. Who's next? Lovely, lovely Tainted Forgotten. Tainted Forgotten, you play as the soul, you throw the bone pile of the Forgotten around, and he swaps his bone left, right, up, or down. You can still charge it and throw it like a bone meringue, but why would you do that? Pretty fun to play. Pretty different playstyle. Again, just like regular Forgotten is different than every other regular character. But you get free curse rooms, just like Judas. That's pretty cool, because you can just throw the bone pile through the spike door and you don't take damage. It's nice. And here's my greed mode anecdote. You can throw him over the button so you don't get overwhelmed and you don't take damage. So that's nice if you want a nice slow win just to get the check mark in greedier mode like everybody does, and they never go back to play it for fun because the mode sucks. But anyway, Tainted Forgotten, there you go. Okay, just have soul hearts because you only play as the soul, and you throw the bone pile around. You could just leave him next to Isaac, Blue Baby, leave him next to Delirium. Oh, that doesn't really work though, because Delirium jumps all over the place. I can see that being a huge problem for the Delirium fight. Haven't done it yet with Tainted Forgotten, but now that I'm thinking about it... okay, we'll leave him at B. We'll leave him at B. I swear to God, we'll leave him at B. But, what the hell? Tainted Forgotten. What are you going to do against Delirium? Anyway, let's see who's next. Tainted Bethany. Tainted Bethany. We'll start her out in the B tier. Excuse me. Okay. Tainted Bethany. Blood power. She only has soul hearts for health. Her red hearts go to a red heart charge counter, just like regular Bethany has soul hearts go to a charge counter. Weaker items. I think damage ups affect her less. Whatever. And Le Megaton. A Q spacebar item. 6-bar charge. It summons any passive item in the game for you as a fire around you, and while that fire exists, you have that item. You basically have that item. Here's what I recently learned about Le Megaton. It summons from the room you're in. How about that? So go into a deal, spam Le Megaton, and then spam it with red heart charges. Boom, you're overpowered. Devil deals, here's 4 or 5 items from a devil deal. Angel deals, here's more. There you go. Tainted Bethany is an S tier character, and there's nothing you can say to me that would change my mind otherwise. Thank you. Also, she's pretty fun, I guess. You know, why not? Okay. Alright, last but not least, potentially, Tainted Jacob. That's right. Oh, it's screwed with my capture. Anyway, ignore the ad at the bottom. Let's see. Tainted Jacob and Esau. Esau comes in and fricks with Tainted Jacob. It could be a pain in the ass. He does deal damage to enemies in the room, though. So provided you're dodging well, it's not too bad. Believe it or not, Jacob and Esau, I'm going to leave you in the B tier. That's right. I'm not going to downgrade you to C with the Poop Eater and the Money Bags. You're not going up to S tier with Shadow Man, Yeetus Fetus, and what's her name. I swear to God, you're staying in the B tier. It's cool to have Esau going around and you get the thing to lock him down. But dodging him and dodging whatever enemy pattern, obviously in the beginning of the game it's not too tough. But if you're doing the mother fight and you got to step in the corner and you got to dodge the volleyball, meanwhile you got Esau doing who knows what, just chill. Okay? Just chill, Esau. Leave you in the B tier. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Personally, that's my tier list for the Tainted characters. I'm sure you're all going to have your own opinions. I would respectfully request respectful discussion in the comments. That's fine. And if you call me a doo-doo head, though, I swear to God, I'll call you a doo-doo head right back. But that's it. That's the tiers, as far as I think, anyway. So I hope you had some insightful insight. And if you want to do this yourself, I'll leave the link in the description. And there you go. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, not if you agreed with it. You could do that too, but you can like something without agreeing with it. After all, I like the Arc de Triomphe. Anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching. See you next time, and good luck out there. Repentance is tough, and you need to eat your soul hearts, kids.